hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Welcome back to the Big Horse Smallholder. This is going to be part 2 of taking you through what we've done and a bit about the property, and just show you some more sections of the fields and the paddocks, fencing, things like that. So subscribe and take a look. So this was what we used to call the arena field. Well, we do call it the arena field. My daughter used to use this as cross-country jumping before we put the arena in. So all of this was when we put the arena in, because you can see they had to dig out the bank and actually build it up here to put the arena in. This grass has only been down for about 18 months. The horses have been on it 3 times, I think. They're on it at the moment. They absolutely love the grass. You can see though, it is still thin. It's new grass, new area, but it is thickening up all the time. I do try and keep the weeds under control around. We actually put these stones around by hand. We collected them all off the whole of this land and just put them around the edge under weed matting, just to try and make it look a bit nicer. That was a back-breaking job. Yeah, look at that. How lucky are we? How lucky are we to be here? You can hear Dash in the background. So obviously the other 2 are out hacking, which is why he's calling out. We've got our trees in the middle. And this is where all the stones kept from actually when they built the properties behind me. You can see there's a couple of properties, our property and our neighbours, and I think the retaining wall of also other neighbours. We kind of don't have any boundary fences, which is really, really nice. So I put up these. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos, but I put all of this fencing in by hand. Well, a post rammer, hand by hand post rammer, which was, again, got a bit of RSI back breaking, but it was well worth it. Now we're onto the hayfield. We've got a 4-acre hayfield. I've seen on previous videos, check them out, of the spreading the black gold and harrowing with the chain harrow, which was quite cool. So check out those videos. And walking down to the side end of the south side of the field, I made a incinerator. Managed to get that on Facebook Marketplace. Old oil drum. Actually, it'd only been used once. I drilled some holes in it. Got it for £5. And we put that on and we'll use that. Actually, haven't used it yet, but we will use that. The good thing about all of our fencing, it is all mains electric. So it is pretty, I won't touch it. You do get a bit of a shock from it. But the horses actually, you can hear it clicking, and they can have a bit of a shock to it. So a couple of months ago, I put in all of this stock fencing down here. We had our neighbour farmer come with his hedge flail mower on the back of his tractor, and he cut the hedge back because we wanted to put in the stock fencing, because there was previously stock fencing here, but it's all rusted out. And the reason why we want to do this is because Basil, which you might have met on other videos, or you will meet on other videos, our cocker, with Casper, our cocker, but it's Basil is the most adventurous one. He will find any hole to go flushing out. That's his job, flushing out anything that moves or smells. So I did all of this over 2 weekends. It was hard work, but definitely worth it. It won't look, or you might say it doesn't look pretty. Again, I'm just learning on the job, really. As you can see, we're bringing the electric all the way down as well for the electric fencing down the bottoms. But the idea is the hedge will grow through it, and then we can just trim the hedge back in front of the stock fencing. So you're not even going to see this, I think, in a year or 2, or maybe 3. I don't know. We'll find out. Again, we're all new to this. So just coming down to the bottom of the hayfield into the corner. We're very lucky with our neighbours. They have Herefordshire cattle. They also come and cut our hay for us and bale it, which is quite handy through the access gates here. But what we were finding with the mains electricity, it was coming all the way down here because I used to actually have it running down just actually on the wire, and it was just not strong enough. There was obviously a short somewhere, so I've redone everything, brought it down with a wire now, and this is so much better. We then have a walking track at the bottom. We had a bit of a dike where we actually got nice clear water going down. Oh, there's a bit of black bin liner down there. Better get that one out. And this is where, again, I might have some photos. I did it last Easter when I hired the digger. I put in a massive sump of gravel and a land drain, which comes all the way down through here, and you can see it just poking out there. That has made a massive difference. This, around this time last year, was a big pond, because obviously it's the lowest point of the land. The drainage of the school comes down to a stone pit where they've dug it out, chuck it with stone, so it does filter down, but obviously the water will dissipate down to the lowest point of the land, and it is a bit damp around here generally, especially on the corner there. I might have to put another one in there, we'll see, but here has made a massive difference. This was very, 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 very wet. So taking you down to the end of the property, which we call the willows. So these are the cricket bat willows. We're very lucky. These aren't our fields. Well, they are halfway. The right hand section, the willows and some of the hayfield is actually our neighbours. They let us use it and maintain it because they don't want hay. So we kind of use it as one big field, but we kind of separated this out for the willows. It's a great place in the summer when it is super hot. There's lots of trees to shade. The grass is good as well. It's about an acre or so. You can see we've had a lot of wind. We do come down here and we pick up all of the branches which have fallen off from the willows. And do you know what? I didn't even know you could harvest trees for cricket bats. Well, obviously I knew they were wooden cricket bats, but I had no idea they were from willow trees. And they tend to use just the straight part of the trunk, and they can only use them when the diameter of the trunk is a certain diameter. So unfortunately these are not wide enough. There's 3 down here which they did harvest. As you can see, they were pretty straight and pretty wide, so that was a good job. They've been down here for about 16 years. We then got the track going all the way around. Because this is not our property, we've put in plastic posts so they're easily removed. Our property boundary goes up to just where the wooden posts are, and then goes straight across to our property, our house. But we're very, very lucky to be able to use this. Very lucky indeed. What a gorgeous sunset. Makes you think on days like this how wonderful it is to be out. And then we'll do a full circle. We have got a track that we put around the outside so people can walk all the way around. But yeah, so that's us. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed a bit of the tour. Again, this is the big smallholder. We work full time, so we only really do this at weekends and in the evenings. Much easier than the summer when it's a bit lighter outside, but in the winter can't really do too much outside. But so I've just come out just as the sun's setting. Time is coming up to, I don't know what the time is actually, just nipped out, coming up to 5:30. Yeah, again, we put this channel together because we're learning a lot. We've never done this before. We absolutely love it. We fail just as much more as we succeed, but you know what, each year we do it, each season we get better and better and better. We actually had the horses on here on the land a lot when it was raining, and they just got trashed. We're very lucky. The soil is quite loamy. It's got a bit of clay, but it is quite loamy, so it doesn't get too boggy. Some of these sections of the fields over here were very, very trashed last year, so we made a conscious effort this year to keep the horses off it as much as we possibly could, which is why having that track system that we put in around by the stables has massively helped keep them off the grass when it is pouring with rain. It is now February, so hopefully the weather's going in one direction now. Spring's coming up, and yeah, so subscribe, join the channel, have a look at what we're doing. As I said, we are not experts. We're not trying to be experts. We obviously do things how we think they might be done, just from what we've seen, what we've heard, what we've spoken to other people. We will get it wrong. We do get it wrong, but you know what? That's half the fun, learning as we go. But we're obviously doing something right because things are working, things are growing. The horses are alive and they're having a wonderful time. So yeah, see you on the next channel. So that's a little bit about us and why we're doing the channel. Enjoy.